What's up, good people? Summer Jam 2015 is a wrap, and I am here to give you my thoughts on the show. So Hot 97 Summer Jam is the biggest hip-hop concert to happen throughout the entire year. Now, Summer Jam started back in '94, so this show has been going on for 22 years. Like, it's been huge in the New York area and just huge in hip-hop in general. So this year has been no different. You get the biggest artists on the biggest stage in hip-hop on the biggest platform to shine. But the one big difference for this year is the fact that it's not streaming for free through Hot 97. For the first time ever, on the Tidal music streaming service, Hot 97 Summer Jam Concert Stream. Now, the catch with Tidal is you pretty much have to pay for a subscription, but you know, they do have a 30-day trial. Trust me when I tell you, I took advantage of that free 30-day trial just to watch this show. Before I begin with my actual review of the show, I must say, Tidal, I'm disappointed in you. Now, I've voiced my concerns and my opinions about Tidal in the past, but actually getting a chance to use it, I've seen the functionality of the service. Boy, I was not satisfied. It's not responsive enough, and the live stream had a lot of moments where it was unreliable. So, you know, I don't think I'll be keeping this 30-day free trial that much longer. Like, it showed me that it's not the most reliable service ever, which is disappointing because I was really hoping that Tidal, you would hit it out the park for me, but you didn't. But beyond all of that, let's talk about the actual show. Earlier in the day, we had some festival stage performances, so these were not the main performances, but they happened outside of MetLife Stadium. So that lineup included some artists like Travi Scott, B.o.B, Dej Loaf, Joey Badass, and Fetty Wap. So I did watch the festival performances, and they were pretty much hit or miss for me. I mean, it really depended on who it was. Now, to start off, I really enjoyed B.o.B's. Like, I just enjoyed B.o.B as a whole. His music, his whole persona, his variety, everything about B.o.B is on point to me. I've seen him live before. He has great stage presence. He has a lot of hits, more hits than people give him credit for, and he knows how to rock the crowd. Now, some of the newer artists like Fetty Wap and Dej Loaf, like, I was a little murky on them. Like, to me, in my opinion, they just didn't have that much stage presence. Like, I wasn't like really paying that much attention to their performances. They were there, but it was just kind of like, you know, y'all cool. You know, for two artists who have just come off the success of being on the XXL freshman cover, I was expecting a little bit more. Granted, I will say they don't have that much music overall to actually perform, so that probably had, you know, something to do with it. Now, can we please talk about Travi Scott? Like, we have to. Like, I've actually never seen Travi Scott perform live. I've heard his music, but I've not seen him perform live, so this was a new experience for me. Let's just say it was interesting. So he made the choice to actually like use auto-tune throughout the entire performance, so that was noticeable. I definitely noticed it all the way through. But then he had like a point where he was like trying to interact with the fans and get in the crowd and crowd surf, and people were like grabbing on him, and then the security guards were like rushing, and then like it was his security, and then it was Summer Jam security, and like everything was just happening at once, and I didn't know what was happening because he disappeared from the frame. But thankfully for him, he arrived back on stage, and he was like, you know, I got my own security to do that. Y'all get away. You know, my security can take care of anything. They here to have fun. Let them have fun. But like, Travi Scott pulled like the ultimate dick move during his performance. Like, I actually felt pretty bad for this guy. So of course there was a cameraman behind Travis while he was performing, just recording his, you know, his performance like he was doing with every other artist. Travis proceeds to turn to dude and tell him, hey, get off stage. He called him a nerd too. He didn't have to do that. He pretty much kicked him off stage just like that. Like, now Travis, that was completely unnecessary. The man was just doing his job. You didn't have to do that. Like, you know, it was just unnecessary. The man was just, you know, doing what he was told to do. So after he was done performing, Travis proceeds to get on Twitter and apologizes, and he said he apologized to the cameraman. People wasn't really buying it because it was a real dick move, but I mean, I guess he apologized, so it's whatever. But let's get to the nitty gritty. Let's get to the main stage performers, the headliners, the people that pretty much everybody paid money to see. So as you can see behind me, the main stage included some real heavy hitters in hip hop. It included people like Ty Dolla $ign, Omarion, Chris Brown, Trey Songz, Fabulous, Kendrick Lamar, Meek Mill, Big Sean. Like, there was a lot of big heavy hitters in hip hop included on the main stage. Now, why Kendrick didn't get the top billing for the concert, didn't actually get the headlining act, I don't know, but I think I might have a thought or two of why he might not have actually headlined the show. Be that as it may, as we proceed to his actual set, he did amazing. Like, as expected, he did amazing. Now, I've seen Kendrick twice live in person, and both times were stellar. But this was prior to Pimp a Butterfly being released. This was during the Good Kid, Mad City era. So to actually see him perform tracks off of To Pimp a Butterfly and intertwine them with Good Kid, Mad City joints was really cool to see. For the entire performance, his energy was high. His lyrics were hard hitting as usual. He was intense, he was focused, you can see it. Like, he actually had a presence on stage and he seemed like he had the crowd on his side. So I really enjoyed him bringing out Schoolboy Q to perform Collard Greens. That was a really nice surprise to have him come out there putting TDE on the map. But then, like, a funny moment as he closed out his performance, he had Welvin the Great, like the guy famous for the deep, you know what I'm talking about. He had him come out there, so that was like interesting to see that he had him on stage while he was performing all right. Overall, again, Kendrick killed it, was out there, he was amazing, he was dope. I'm really upset that he didn't actually headline the show because his name is the biggest on the bill, but nonetheless, he still killed it. But then following up behind Kendrick, you had Big Sean. So I mean, that's some pretty big shoes to fill to have Big Sean follow behind him. But Big Sean held his own. Like, you gotta realize, Big Sean has had hits and he performed all of them while he was out there. Understand that Dark Sky Paradise is a really good album, and it's Sean's best album to date. And that helped Big Sean out a lot because he was able to perform a lot of those tracks live, for the audience to see. So you had him performing songs like Blessed, Mercy, Click, some of the songs from Finally Famous, his first album. He was coming with Paradise. Like, he just had hit after hit after hit. And there was pretty much like a high energy all throughout his set. He never really slowed it down. Like I said, he had a lot of energy. For the 30 minutes he was out there, Sean killed it. And he got me excited to see him live when he comes to St. Louis in July with J. Cole. Which is interesting, J. Cole wasn't there because he had one of the hottest albums within the past year. Probably because he's busy with his tour, but again, Cole is hot right now. Like, that's something that I think he deserves to have on his resume, to be at Summer Jam and to perform at Summer Jam. As we move on with the headlining act of the night, Meek Mill closed out the show. Really curious as to why. I like Meek Mill. I think he makes some good tracks. I don't know if I would call myself a Meek Mill fan, but I like him. Should he have performed over Big Sean and Kendrick in the last spot? No, he shouldn't have. That's the bottom line. Ultimately, I think the reason that he went last is probably because of his guest appearances. So like Big Sean, Meek Mill has had some big hits in his career, and he performed a lot of those at the performance. But his guest appearances included Future, also one of the hottest hip-hop acts right now, and his girlfriend, Nicki Minaj. And as we all know, Nicki is a native of Jamaica, Queens, which is, in New York. So again, at Hot 97, Summer Jam, in New Jersey, New York hip-hop is going to prevail at the end of the day. So Meek Mill, I think, he's only really been hot in the past year because of Nicki, him getting with Nicki. He hasn't released that much music. But hey, I guess he used it in his favor, to get the last spot on the show. Nonetheless, his performance was still good. I mean, again, he has hits, he has songs that I enjoy. Future came out and got some shine too. So all in all, it was a really good, solid performance from him as well. So, I enjoyed Summer Jam. I enjoyed it more than last year's show. I think this year was a little bit more star-studded than last year's show was, which is always going to make for a pretty enjoyable show when you got people who have made the hottest hip-hop songs in the past year. I think my biggest issue with, just watching the show was the actual stream itself. It wasn't really the performances. I think everybody did their job, but the stream itself was disappointing. So I don't know who it was. I don't know if it was Tidal or if it was Hot 97, but y'all gotta fix stuff. The audio was in and out. A lot of times the actual feed went out. So overall, that aspect of it was disappointing. And I don't remember having as many problems with the stream last year as I did this year. And even the fact of you guys making people sign up for Tidal to watch this stream, making this exclusive, as you would like to say, I don't think that was a good idea. I think you should change that for next year. And maybe take up Travis Scott on his offer. Let artists creatively direct what their stage and what their presence on stage is going to look like. I think that would add a new dynamic. Add in a little bit more creativity, because watching the same stage, with the same introductions through a video and a voiceover, it gets old after a while. So maybe taking the approach of like something like Coachella, with some of the artists, they actually get to have their own sets and their creative design on stage, and they add some versatility to the show. Again, overall, I enjoyed Hot 97 Summer Jam as usual, the biggest hip-hop concert of the year. As always, follow me on Twitter and all other social media, and check out my website to check out any other reviews and updates and entertainment. See y'all next time.